We're taught that like there's no point in going anywhere else. You're already in the pinnacle of the world. I just don't know why they don't want us to know that. They were asking people on their deathbed, what are your biggest regrets? And one of their biggest regrets that most people have.
Hi guys, welcome back to Kruan's podcast. And today I'm so excited to have Maya, the adventurous spirit behind the YouTube channel called Maya Travels. So he left his regular job to pursue a life of travel and discovery. So please join me as he is about to share unique insights and experiences from his journeys around the world, from all around the world. This channel is dedicated to helping you master the English language. If you are looking to improve your speaking skills, enhance grammar, or even build confidence, you've come to the right place. However, I have a small favor to ask. If you enjoy the lesson, if you enjoy the content, please click the subscribe button below. It only takes a few seconds and is actually a simple way to support the channel and ensure that I can continue bringing you valuable lessons and exciting guests. Your support helps me invest in more resources and create even better content for you. So hit subscribe, share this with your friends, and join our amazing community. Let's embark on this language journey together. So please welcome Maya! สวัสดีค่ะ Hi, how are you doing?
Very good. Very happy to be here with you and your wonderful team. You guys made me feel so welcome, broke the ice. I feel like I'm a part of your team now.
เย้ ขอบคุณมากค่ะ อย่างที่บอกไปตั้งแต่ช่วงของอินโทรแล้วนะคะว่าคุณมายเนี่ยเป็น YouTuber right and then
Yes.
you travel a lot
Yes. I am a full-time travel content creator. So basically, for anybody who doesn't know what that means, I love to travel, and I decided how can I do what I love, and maybe make a little bit of money doing it also. So about a year and a half ago, I decided I'm going to start making content as I travel. So basically, I got my GoPro, small camera, and I left the United States and I traveled to these places that I've never been before, with a little bit of research, but mostly a love for travel and spontaneity. And I now travel the world making videos about my experiences, trying different foods, experiencing the cultures, and kind of just soaking everything in as I go along. Yeah.
nice that's nice so what made you decide to quit your job and do this
Great question. So, it was around like COVID time. Before I started doing travel vlogging, I was a real estate agent. So
okay.
I was selling residential and commercial real estate, and not to like toot my own horn, but I was good at it. I I sold a decent amount of property, even during COVID time, where the market was very tough, especially in the United States. But I managed to do pretty well. But the one thing that really was kind of always bothering me, because I've always been like a creative person, and I've always been someone who follows his heart, follows his passion over money. I felt like real estate was all driven by money. And the money was great, but I just felt this empty place in my heart. And I just wanted to do something that would make my soul feel good, you know? And even if that meant taking less money, but doing something that I love. And I that's when I decided, what do I love to do? I love to travel. I love to learn about new cultures, new like people, food, experiencing new things. And I also love being creative, which the video aspect helps me do, which the content itself helps me do. So I decided let me try this because I used to watch travel vlogs on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I could do this. There's nothing too difficult. I mean, one gift that I have, not many, I'm not the most gifted in many ways, but one thing that I do have is the ability to speak with people, breaking the ice with people, making people feel comfortable, which helped me in sales, but also helps me in what I'm doing. So I decided, during COVID was a very weird time. I'm sure for you as well.
Yeah,
Like it's just like,
everyone, I guess.
everybody was kind of on like the brink of like, what do I do? Is life gonna be the same after this? Like, life is so short. Like, why don't we at least do what we love? Like, I feel like a lot of people went through changes like this, right? So yeah, I decided, you know what, it's now or never. So yeah, I basically decided, like, let me sell everything. I sold my car, I sold my apartment, and I just kind of got rid of like a lot of my material things, and I decided this is my time. It's now or never. And I picked up and I took my first vlogging trip. I went to Ethiopia, which is in
Interesting.
Africa. Yeah. I had actually lived there before because I used to be a teacher, a foreign language teacher, and I was teaching there in an international school. But yeah, so I think the biggest decision as to why I left, and why I decided to quit the 9 to 5 was because I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy,
Yeah.
and that's when I realized, like, I'm gonna do something that makes me happy. And granted, I took a big pay cut. Doing this. Like, obviously, I'm real estate. There's a lot more money in it, but I feel so much happier now doing what I love. And yeah, that was probably the biggest catalyst for my decision. Just
Wow.
yeah.
That was interesting though, because I guess, for some people, right, they probably have to think a lot before they quit their job, before they sell everything and start traveling.
Absolutely.
That was brave.
Yeah.
And the fact that you went to Ethiopia first.
Yeah.
That was interesting as well.
Yeah. I figured, you know what, like, to really break into this space, because there was a lot, I mean, not a lot of people doing it, but there are a decent amount of people doing travel vlogging. I was like, how can I come into this space a little bit different? And that's why I picked Ethiopia as my first destination, because I realized that there wasn't a lot of people that had done Ethiopia. Actually, I was one of the first. So that really took my channel off, because, being unique and doing places that people don't always do, and finding niches within places that people have already covered, but doing it in your own way, being unique. That's something I still do till this day. Like, even in Thailand, I covered the south of Thailand because I know a lot of people haven't covered the south of Thailand. So my goal was always to try to show places that are a little bit off the beaten path, you could say. So I knew that would work. And so, yeah, that kind of just took it off right from the beginning. And that was like all the confirmation I needed. Like, it was a sign, like, all right, this is for you. Do it, A lot of positive feedback as well. And yeah, I mean, it just worked out. It could have gone either way. It could have been like, I have to go back home and get back into real estate, which I was prepared for. I didn't want to, but I was prepared. Like, listen, anything you do in life, either it can work or it cannot work. I actually recently heard this quote, and they were asking people on their deathbed, what are your biggest regrets? And one of their biggest regrets that most people have is the fact that they didn't go after what they really, really wanted to in life. And I'm never gonna have that regret, So yeah,
That's great.
yeah,
That's great. And I noticed that you travel in very interesting places and countries as well. Like, you go to local places and you choose to go to countries that not many people go, or maybe like, those countries are not really popular or famous, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
And are there any more reasons for doing that?
yes. So I think I go to places that I'm interested in. I go to places that I'm like, ooh, like, what's there, or what can I uncover that nobody else has uncovered. Also, another reason would be because I know covering places that most people haven't done will be interesting for the viewers, and it will bring on more viewers. Um, Also, I like to go to places that maybe have a bad reputation, like media maybe gives them a bad, like mainstream media maybe gives them
Interesting,
a
though.
bad reputation. And my goal is always to kind of break those stereotypes, like to show people like it's not as bad as they say it is. And in my travels, I've realized this a lot. A lot of the stereotypes, take any stereotype about negative, especially negative stereotype about places, most of the time, I would say like 85% of the time, they're not true. Yes, you have good, you have bad, you have pure, you have evil in every place you go. But I would say most people in this world are good. I just don't know why they don't want us to know that. It's almost as though like if people found out how good the world was, it would open us up. It would make us all come together a little bit. And maybe that's not what the world desires. Maybe there's a bigger power at play. I don't know. But I feel like that, you know? And so my goal is also like, yeah, maybe like chop those stereotypes down one at a time. You know?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. How many countries have you visited now?
So in my life, I've visited probably over 30 countries.
Wow.
Yeah. Since vlogging that you could see on my YouTube channel, it's about 17 or 18 countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how has traveling changed your life?
First of all, I was an ignorant kid from America, you know, and I'm not saying that to like insult Americans, but you know, we get wrapped up in our bubble, right? I'm sure people in Thailand get wrapped up in their bubble as
Yeah.
well, right?
Yeah.
We grow up with what we know. We maybe don't get to experience outside culture too much unless we have foreign friends or, you know, we get to travel, but not everyone's privileged enough to travel.
Yeah.
I didn't travel a lot when I was young. My family was always busy working. I come from a family that does business, so you know, just very work driven. Everything was about money and business, and you know, you got to work. I started working when I was 15 years old, so I didn't get a chance to travel too much. So when I started traveling, it really opened my horizons. I really started to learn that there's so much more than my bubble of America. You know, like in America, like we always have this kind of feeling like, oh, we're the best country in the world, or nothing's better than
I've heard.
Yeah, I'm sure you know. Listen, I'm not afraid
heard.
to. I'm not afraid to admit the faults. Like we do have that. We have this like, you know, oh, nobody's better than us, and I think a lot of Western countries have this. You know, we're taught that like, there's no point in going anywhere else. This is you're already in the pinnacle of the world. Until you leave and you're like, oh wait, there's so many different things, and not to say that one is better than the other, right? It's subjective. Like
Yeah.
you might love the UK, I might not love it. You might love Australia, and I might also love Australia. Like it just depends on the person, right? So, but just to say that there are like so many different cultures, foods, places, people, so much to learn, and I think like travel is the best education. I was never a great like student. I love to learn, but I'm always like ready to move, as you can see with my life, right? Like I hate being like confined into a space, you know? So this was a way for me to learn without having to be confined into four walls, you know? And I would say that was the biggest thing, just the learning and opening my eyes and humbling myself. Really humbled myself. Like I really learned to appreciate what I have. I don't think we appreciate how good we have it sometimes because we don't really see the other side of things, you know? And I think that was like the biggest thing for me. It was just learning about like so many different cultures and learning about the fact that, you know, there's so many people who don't have a lot in this world, but still somehow find a way to like be happy and be content with their life. Whereas in the West, we have this constant, which is, it could be a good thing too, right? But at the same time, it's this constant drive of like, you got to do better. You got to make more money. You got to get the better position. You got to get the promotion. You got to keep making more money. It's never enough. It's never enough. And then I got to a point where I realized like, oh, wait, you know, like you have to be happy with what you have too. And so I think that I learned that a lot, being happy with what you have. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, like sometimes I feel like we are living in the different worlds. Like maybe half of the world population, they don't even get access to water or electricity or even food. And while the other side of the world, yeah, you have everything. Super, super modern technology and everything.
Absolutely.
This is insane, isn't it?
It's so crazy to see like how those two worlds are so different, but we're so similar at the same time. Because at the end of the day, I mean, what do you want in life? Like you just want your family to have a roof over their head,
Yeah.
have food to eat on the table at the end of the night. Like those basic necessities are all we really need in life, right?
Yeah.
Like all that other stuff is just extra.
Yeah.
It's all extra.
Anyway, can you share a memorable experience from one of your travels that deeply impacted you?
I was in Nepal. I was in a village in the middle of Nepal. And I'm walking through this village. I mean, these people have, like you said, like barely have running water. You know, the water's running from the mountain. If the mountain doesn't decide to, if it doesn't decide to rain or give them water, then they don't have water.
Yeah.
The food that they get is from their own livestock. They have to gather their food, like humans used to do way back in the day, but they're still doing it. Everything that they have to do it themselves. They have to work for it every single day. And I worked in the village with them. I planted rice. I learned all of these things. But when I walked through this village, right, that was my first time. I'm walking through. They don't know who I am. I'm some foreigner, like in La La Land. Just
Where were
walking
you
through.
in Nepal?
It was outside of a city called Pokhara.
Oh, I've been there.
Have you been to Pokhara?
Yeah, we've been to Nepal for trekking for like 4 or 5 times.
Nice. Where did you go? Like on the
We went
Annapurna?
we went to EBC, ABC,
Oh.
and the other 2 routes we can't remember.
Awesome. So base camp.
Yeah, it's
How
amazing.
was that?
It was crazy. Like I nearly died, if I had to say
Really?
that. But anyway, yeah. So you went to Pokhara,
Yeah.
right? We probably kind of like. I think maybe we have the same experiences. But I
Yes.
want to hear your experience first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't do EBC. I did ABC, Annapurna base. Yeah, but
okay.
also not nearly died, but it's crazy. But like yeah, as far as like the village experience, it was just like people being so inviting, so inviting. Like these people don't have anything, but they're like and they don't even know who I am. They're just like, oh, come, we'll feed you, or here, come sit down, have tea, or do you need anything? And I'm like, I'm just like taken back by that because I'm like, these people don't know who I am. I could be some crazy man just walking through their village. I'm just a stranger, and these people don't have much. They have to provide for their family as well. But still, because I'm an outsider, because I'm a guest, because I'm someone walking through their village, they're like, let us make him feel invited. Let us make him feel comfortable. And yeah, just that I would say those were the biggest impact for me because I don't come from anything remotely near what close to that. Yeah.
So, what is your most favorite country? Is it Nepal? Or many countries?
I love all of them. I don't like to say what's my most favorite because I think, again, every place is different, and it's good for some things, not great for some things. I would say I have a few favorites. I love Philippines. The people are so hospitable. I would say the reason why the Philippines is such a fun country to go to, it's just because of the people, because of the hospitality, how welcome you feel. And the beaches are also beautiful. But I loved Ethiopia because it has a special place in my heart. It was the first place that I vlogged. I also taught there. And it just like was one of the first places that really opened my eyes up to the other side of the world, right? So it's just a special place. I loved Thailand because of the food. Thai food.
That's the main reason, right? I know.
Thai food is so good, but also Thai people are really, really nice. Like as far as like, just kind. Thailand is so safe. Here, you're in a cafe. You could like leave your computer and your phone on the table, and nobody's gonna take it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But like
It's
back
like
home,
that.
you can't do that. That thing will be gone by the time you come back from the back. Like, where's my laptop? Yeah, it'll be gone. So the safety, the kindness of the people, the respect, like like how you guys say hello to each other. It's just all this like form of like morals and respect that like, yeah, I never experienced. And the food is just like next level. I mean, Thai food, it's so good.
It's good,
So
isn't it?
good.
What
So
is your
good.
favorite Thai food?
We actually tried this cow soy the other day. I really like
Oh,
cow soy. Yeah, it's really good.
it's
Cow,
amazing.
it's so good, and that's like technically northern Thai food, right?
Yeah.
So it's like Chiang Mai specialty, right? I have a video coming out about the best cow soy. What I thought was the best cow soy actually, and I love cow soy. I love tom yum.
Mm.
Um, so many. I mean, there's so many. I love masaman.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I love all of it. I love all of it. Honestly, it's so so good. The thought of it just makes me happy and hungry.
Fair enough. Yeah. Nice. So I think yeah, I've been watching your videos as well, and I have to admit that those videos are really inspiring, you know, because I've always wanted to travel alone and try, you know, to do new things, different things, trying to get out of my comfort zone. So for someone who is thinking about traveling, who hasn't started yet, do you have any tips for traveling safely? What should they do to start traveling? Yeah.
Okay. I think like anything else in life, traveling it's there's always going to be a little bit of a risk involved. So you can't travel with this notion of like if you're someone who's absolutely afraid of like the outside world, first of all, you're going to have to drop that. You know, you're going to have to be willing to take a little bit of a risk. But you could walk outside today and get hit by a car. So it's like
True.
you know, if you're going to live your life that way, then you're never going to do anything. So first of all, if you're that person, just drop that. Takes time, but that's part of getting out of your comfort zone, as you said,
Yeah.
which is something that I say in every video because I agree with this. But if you want to travel, I would say figure out why you want to travel. What is it that you want to do? Is it because that you never got a chance to see anything else besides your hometown? Is it because you want to experience new cultures, new food, new just like meeting new people? Like, what is it that you want to do? And then figure out from based on those things, like what place would cater to that. I think once you take the first trip and you do it and you have a great time, you'll get addicted after that, right? If it's something that you love. Some people don't like to travel, and that's also fine. So when I say leave your comfort zone in my videos, I don't mean leave your comfort zone in the sense of like literally go and travel, because I don't expect everyone to love traveling. It can even be something as simple as like you've never tried a different cuisine besides your own. Go try it. Or you want to go to the gym but you're shy that people will see you. Who cares? Go. Or you want to learn a new language but you're embarrassed. Doesn't matter. Make a friend. Do
That's
it.
true.
These are all comfort zones, right? That we get stuck in. But if it is travel, just go for it. You know, I mean, like it's gonna be the most amazing experience. And don't let a one little bad experience or something like ruin your travel, because things happen. I'm sure you know this too in traveling.
Yeah.
Like things happen. You get scammed sometimes. It is what it is. As a tourist, you have to be ready for those things. But yeah, I would just say it's like just pick up and go. You know, pick a destination, and just go with an open mind. Be spontaneous a little bit. I don't really plan that much, you know. I'm a spontaneous person. I think that's what makes my videos a little bit enjoyable and fun.
All right. So last question.
All right.
So what are your future travel plans, or do you have any goals for your Maya travels?
So future travel plans, I think I mentioned I'm very spontaneous.
Yeah.
I don't really plan too much. So I'm very spontaneous. I think that's what breeds exciting and fun travel, especially for my audience. But plans for Maya travels, I mean, listen, we're just trying to grow. That's it. I mean, I'm trying to grow the team. You know, we have a few people on the team now, and we're just trying to take it to the next level. That's it. You know, like just putting out better content every every video, just trying to get better, add something, but also trying to keep it for what the audience liked me for in the first place. I think sometimes what happens with content too is like people are always trying to be better because like you might feel this as well, as like you just want to like keep getting better and better and better for your, and that's not what people want. Sometimes people like you for a reason. So yeah, keeping that brand, keeping that what I do, raw travel, adventurous travel, but just growing, you know, going to different countries that I haven't been to yet. I want to do Laos, Cambodia. Those are actually two of the countries in Southeast Asia and Singapore that I haven't really vlogged yet. I've been to Singapore, but I never vlogged it. So probably trying to finish up Southeast Asia. Most of my subscribers, watchers are from Southeast Asia, whether it be Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia. So, and I love Southeast Asia. I love it. Yeah. So
Especially food, right?
yes.
Like you said.
Yeah. I love trying different food. So I'm a big foodie. I love street food, you know. So as far as street food is concerned, there is no better place than Southeast Asia. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Especially Thai street food, I
Yeah.
think.
Thai is it's the top. As far as street food, like I mean, Thailand is so crazy because like sometimes you could be like in the middle of nowhere and there'll be like a huge street food market and you're like, who's going to this? Does anyone even live here? But there's like this huge and if you go there at night, it's usually packed. People are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will never be starving if you are in Thailand.
No.
Maybe this is why, like when Thai people see you, they always greet you with, have you eaten yet? Right? They don't usually say, hey, how's going, bro? Or how are you doing? They will be like, okay, have you eaten yet? And stuff like that.
That's like the how are you almost. Have you eaten?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find it weird when you first came to Thailand and then maybe some Thai people will ask you that?
Yeah, at first it was like, oh, have you eaten? Yeah, I guess. I mean, at some point I have. Yeah, it was a bit weird, but then obviously getting more entrenched into the culture, I've learned, you know, that is a very, very big part of Thai culture is food. So it makes sense.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely makes sense.
Nice. Is there anything weird or shocking for you when you first came to Thailand, culture-wise?
Weird or shocking? Honestly, I would say probably just not weird, but like so shocking and different was like the level of respect. Like even to the point where like correct me if I'm wrong. Like if someone's walking by you and you're lower than them, they kind of lower themselves a little bit, right?
Yeah, I do that
Right?
sometimes.
Like you'll kind of like bring yourself down because you don't want to be so much above someone else.
Yeah.
I was so like shocked by that because I was like, whoa, that's like so much respect. And I find myself doing that now, being here. Yeah, like,
I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah. It happens naturally, I think. And yeah, I just think the level of like respect, I think, is it true that you guys like learn these things in school?
Oh, it's been a long time. I guess so. I mean, it's been in Thai culture for ages, generations and generations, because I think you are taught to respect people who are older than you and maybe just other people in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's nice.
So what is your next destination?
Next destination, I want to go to a few places in Thailand. I definitely want to go to Koh Phangi,
What's that?
which is a small fishing village in the south.
Got Panyi.
Yeah, Koh Phangi.
Where's
Yeah.
that?
It's a small fishing village in the south of Thailand. So
Yeah.
I've just learned about it through a few people and watching a few videos, and it seems very interesting. The food looks great. And then after that, I'm thinking Cambodia or Laos. Because
Nice.
like I said, I haven't been there yet. So still haven't made those plans yet, but we'll get there.
So you would just like go with the flow.
Go with the flow, as always. My life has been like that, and so far it's been working.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah บางทีเราอาจจะต้องลองไม่ต้องแพลนอะไรก็คือแค่แบบว่าแพ็คกระเป๋าแล้วก็เดินทางไปได้เลยนะคะประมาณนี้ So thank you so much for today.
Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure.
ขอบคุณมากค่ะแล้วก็เรื่องขอบคุณแขกของเราด้วยนะคะแล้วใครที่จะไปติดตามดูช่องเนี่ยแนะนำให้กดดูช่องของคุณไมเออร์เนี่ยข้างล่างที่ครูอ่านขึ้นหน้าจอไว้ให้ได้เลยเพราะว่าจริงๆครูก็เป็นแฟนของเขาเหมือนกันนะลองไปดูคลิปไปฝึกภาษาอังกฤษไปดูซิว่าสถานที่ท่องเที่ยวต่างๆเนี่ยที่มันไม่ได้เป็นเมนสตรีมเนี่ยจริงๆมันมีอะไรหลายอย่างที่น่าสนใจมากๆเลยนะคะและครั้งหน้าถ้านักเรียนอยากให้ครูอ่านเชิญแขกท่านใดมาอีกก็คอมเมนต์มาข้างล่างได้เลยค่ะอย่าลืมฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามกด Subscribe กดให้หมดเลยช่องของคุณไมเออร์ก่อนยืนหนึ่งแล้วก็เป็นช่องของครูหวานต่อนะคะ
Listen to her. I think you're saying what I think you're... I was just gonna say, yeah, everybody, if you want to watch some raw, real travel content and feel like you're traveling with someone and actually there, go check out my channel Meyer Travels
นี่เลยต้องช่องนี้เท่านั้นนะคะโอเควันนี้ขอบคุณทุกคนมากๆเลยนะคะแล้วก็ถ้านักเรียนมีฟีดแบ็กหรือว่ามีความคิดเห็นยังไงก็สามารถทิ้งให้ครูหวานในช่องคอมเมนต์ไว้ข้างล่างได้เลยนะคะโอเค thank you so much
thank you
ขอบคุณทุกคนมากขอบคุณแขกของเราด้วยนะคะโอเค so I will see you guys again next time เดี๋ยวครั้งหน้าจะเป็นแขกคนไหนก็เดี๋ยวกลับมาติดตามกันนะคะบ๊ายบายค่ะ
Bye bye.
That one in the middle บายค่ะ